Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage and yet another addition to the project stash. This is a 1989 Citroen BX 16 valve. And even though Citroen in the 80s was influenced a lot from Peugeot, it was under ownership from Peugeot, this is still very much a Citroen. It got the famous hydro-pneumatic suspension. It's very comfortable on bumpy roads. Of course, it's not the most sporty suspension in the world, so it's maybe a bit odd GTI comparing it to other from that area, because it's not really hard and it's not that planted as a 205 GTI, for instance, but it's really comfortable and a quick cruiser on normal roads. But let's walk around this car and take a look at it and see what I bought, because other than dragging it down from the trailer, I haven't looked at anything. I have no idea what I bought. It could be a complete disaster. But remember, I have the 4x4 BX brake that I'm currently trying to revive. And if all fails on this one, then I will have a lot of spare parts for that project. Part of me would like to just take that 16 valve engine and put it into the 4x4 brake. But of course, I really hope to just save this one, because it's a really cool car. It's one of the top bucket list cars for me. So if it's savable, then I'm gonna save it. This has been on my list of dream cars for a long time. Pretty high up on the list, actually. I have owned BXs before, and I also have the 4x4 estate. But this one is a little bit special because it's the 16 valve version, and I have always wanted to own one of them. There is a lot of interesting BX models. There's the GT, there's the Sport, there's the GTI. But the top of the range is pretty much the 16 valve when it comes to power, at least. You can get the GTI in a 4x4, and maybe that's more special than this, but this one is just a really quick car. And if you are new to the channel, maybe you don't know, but I am a project hoarder. At the moment I am at 10 plus projects, I think. And actually this is 1 in 4 cars that is going to arrive within the next weeks. I have no plan to actually start restoring this anytime soon, but it came up for sale quite cheap, actually, and I just couldn't resist. I have no idea what the condition of this car is. I bought it sight unseen, got it delivered. I expect it to be really rusty, but you just don't know. It was cheap, so. But this one will be really easy to restore, because I can just go to up and down videos and watch a tutorial on how to fix one of these. So it looks to be really fun. So it's not gonna be a big problem. But at first glance, it looks to be pretty complete, and that's a good thing. You might notice that the rear rims are the steely ones and not the correct one. But up here we have the correct 16 valve rim, and it looks to be in really good condition. Pretty surprised about that. And I was told that the rest of them are in the boot and should be in okay condition also. So let's take a look at that first, because that's really exciting. The rear boot on a Citroen BX is made of plastic, so it doesn't rust. It's actually pretty rare to see a BX being rusty on the outside, because they seem to be pretty good rust protected on the outside, and a lot of the common rust areas are made of plastic, the bonnet and the boot, but they do rust. Something seems to have happened though on this plastic rear end, because it has been painted with a really weird paint. It almost looks like it has been singed and burned a little bit. And I don't think it's original, but it's the moss, sterling moss edition. Well, anyway, let's take a look at the inside. Oh, they are so heavy. Oh, there was a funny sticker up here. Now this is not Danish, it's Swedish, of course, because the car's from Sweden, but this translates to something like "why stick with a normal car?" And then the Citroen logo. That's fun. And in the rear there is a detail that I really like. I had the same on the Citroen BX Melismi. I had it some years back. You have this little sunscreen thingy that you can attach in there on both sides. That looks really cool. Then there is, I doubt they are original, but they are really essence of the 80s. They look really cool. They are rusty though, so I'm expecting to have moisture issues in this car. The rest of the rims are in here, and yeah, they do look really nice. Interesting placement of the balancing weights. They are supposed to go on the inside on alloy rims. Same on this one. Is that a Swedish thing? But they look pretty good. I wonder if they are aired. I think I would like to just put them on and scrap those old Steelies, because I'm not going to use them for sure. But this one is, but they really look nice. I'm just going to take them out. Looks really, really nice. I paid 5,000 kronas for this car. That is translated, I think, 700 euros. 5,000 kronas delivered from quite a long way away from me. So it's a bargain, in my opinion, even if the car is completely scrappy. These rims are nice. They might even fit my Visa GTI, but if not, they will fit the 4x4. So alone, those rims are worth something in this condition, that's for sure. To be honest, I think I'm just gonna fit them. That will give me a chance to look at the rust in the rear end. Hey, score! But inside of here is metal, sheet metal, so that's usable. What is not so good is this. I think, as always, critters has been living in this car. Not a big surprise though. But before attempting to fit them, I would just like to check if there is actually pressure in here. But if they work, I much rather have them on the car and throw the old ones away, because of course they need some new rubber and all that, but other than that, they are really in good condition. So let's turn this one on, and if this registers anything, then we will have some pressure. I can hear it already. Yeah. But let's pump it up to 1.8. While this is not the quickest thing in the world, it really is a clever little thing, because it makes it possible to pump up tires on the go. And when I pick up barn finds like these, they are pretty much always flat. But getting air on the tires is a game changer when it comes to moving stuff. It needs to come higher on. I think normally that the rear swing arm will come lower than this when it's raised up in the air. So it might be stuck or something. But this one is supposed to be lower. I think it's stuck in position for some reason. So I got it to lower down by jumping on it a bit. No, actually I didn't. I am getting a bit of a deja vu feeling. It's the mount for the subframe that let go on both sides. That's the reason why it's lower now. Oh, this car is so rough. It's not as bad in here as I thought, but it's going to need a lot of work. Well, I'm gonna put those tires on and lower it down again. All that work. It appears that these are not long enough, and I can't find anyone. I can't find longer ones in the car, so I appear to be missing the correct bolts to fit. So I'm just going to put the old back on. Okay, so that was a bit of a failure. I need the correct bolts to fit the aluminum rims. But the good thing is they are looking really, really nice. All four of the original aluminum rims for this car. That's nice. What I could see in there when the car was jacked up is, of course, there's rust. It's not extremely bad, but it will need a lot of work. The other thing is the rear axle seems to be stuck, I think, at the low position. I tried to loosen it up and unfortunately snapped both of the mounting points, the rear mounting points of the axle. It has nothing to do with rust. It's just the rubber vulcanization or glue that let go, and therefore it's no longer really attached. So this car will need some new mounts, among a lot of other things. But let's take a look at the rest of the car and see what we can see. Of course, it won't be much underneath because it's too low to really look. I need to start it up, hopefully get the suspension to work and get it on the lift, but that will be way later. But let's just take a look at the rest of this car. And let's go around the car and take a look at the outside. There's definitely rust issues behind this filler cap. I need the key to open it. Well, maybe I don't because it's rusted away. Wow. Yeah, this is a bit rough. One place that they are known to rust is inside of here. It's not that bad. Ah. Well, it could be worse. To be honest, the 4x4 is way worse, but that's not saying much because the 4x4 is a massive project. But it's not that bad right here. And this is the interior. For some reason, the front passenger seat base has been removed, but it seems to be in really good condition. Although, of course, very disgusting and filthy in here. But no rips that I can see, at least. I think this will clean up and be really, really good looking. Let's see. Once again, pretty decent in the rocker compartment. A very problematic area on BXs is right inside there, and as you can see, it's rusty. So the door needs to come off to fix that. Other than that, once again, the seats are in incredibly good condition, to be honest. Really nice. That's rare to see. Especially sporty seats from the 80s are always ripped on the on that side, of course, but it looks to be completely perfect condition actually. And Citroen's fabric is also known to be horrible, so I'm really surprised about this. I almost think that the interior is worth the price I paid, pretty much. Maybe not, but it's not far off at least. Other than that, we have, yeah, and this is the way it is supposed to look. It looks like someone went to the local Go Faster shop and bought something to glue on their car to make it look a bit more smart. But this is the original emblem and placement on the BX 16 valve. It's a really 80s interior. This is from the time when Citroen lost a bit of the eccentric, a lot of the eccentric feel. Could have been a Peugeot. If you notice the dials in there, it's the same as a Peugeot 205, for instance. So it's a bit more normal. I really like the steering wheel on this one. You know I'm a steering wheel kind of guy. I really like steering wheels from before airbag time. Unfortunately, it is not in a good condition, but I don't think they are too hard to find. Then just a Swedish manual. What is a bit special about the 16 valve Swedish version is that you got heated seats on the front, in the front of the car. Both front seats got heated right there. Seats. That's special for the Swedish market. Not only that, they also fitted catalytic converter already back in 88 or 89. So this is with catalytic converter, and the engine is also slightly different from the rest of the world. I think the compression is slightly lower. That means that this car is developing 148 horsepower, which is a lot, of course, but the rest of the world got 160 horsepower. I am going to look into that, even though those 12 horsepower maybe won't make the a big difference, but it is something. So, but I think it's the catalytic converter, lower compression, maybe different cams. I don't know. Maybe someone knows a bit more about that. Yeah. They always look like this, the red Citroens from that era. Really matte, and there's no shine left. Don't think we can see much in here, but I can see rust in there. So yeah, I will have to do a lot of work to this car if I choose to save it. I don't know yet. And then there is this sporty lip that's also special to the 16 valve. Apparently also worth something, even though it is slightly damaged right there. It is in okay condition. Other than that, it's missing a glass. This end seems to be in a bit more rough state than the rest. It's also painted with that weird kind of bubbling paint, and very grown. A lot of dirt and moss. The 16 valve sign. Let's check this side also. Yeah, it's just overall worse in this side than the other side. Still not extremely bad. Then this side is a bit worse. I already noticed that when we took the car off the trailer. When the car opens, it falls down. That's not a good sign on a BX, and the reason is that it is no longer attached to the car on the top mount, on the top hinge. It is completely let go actually. This door is falling off any minute now. Let's go inside. 191,000 kilometers. I'm slightly unsure whether this is actually kilometers or mile, because in Sweden they do calculate their distance a bit different than Denmark, but I think it's just a normal odometer thingy. So 191,000 is not low miler, but it's not that high either, so it's good enough for me at least. Then we got a sunroof up there. Really nice. Let's take a look at the engine and then wrap this video up. Oh yeah, there you go. It has been on the road at least in 2005. So almost 20 years off the road. I don't know if you noticed, but inside the cabin we had a oil pump, and I think, yeah, it's removed. The hydraulic system is removed, and I have no idea why that is. If it was to get some access to something, or if the pump is actually defective, or I will just have to fit it to find out. Could also look like the steering got a broken rubber disc down there maybe. But other than that, this is the 1.9 aluminum engine. Pretty much the same I got in the Visa and in the other BX, but this got the 16 valve cylinder head, of course. So this is a powerful engine. The fuel line is disconnected. Maybe someone has tried to purge the system. Someone has been messing with it, at least. That's the relays that I have been working on the other BX, so another deja vu. What about the coolant reservoir? It's completely empty. It's not the best sign in the world. What about connection to the radiator? Can I find that anywhere? Just down there. Just want to feel if... No, the coolant system seems to be completely empty. I don't like that. Let's check the oil filler. Looks clean. That's good enough. What about oil? Where is the dipstick on one of these? Right there. These have broken off on all cars that I have with this engine so far. There's oil in here, that's good. But no coolant, so something is leaking at least. Got an engine heater down there. We'll have to figure out what's going on with that. Then we got ABS system. That's all those. And this is also looking very interesting. I'm going to make a video really soon about this engine and seeing if it will run. It's not going to be today, but hopefully I can just fit a battery and give it some fresh fuel and then maybe it will fire up, who knows. Probably not. It's going to be interesting. So this is the latest addition to the fleet. No, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, if I'm going to save it or if I'm going to use the parts to fix the other one. I just don't know. I just could not resist buying this because it's a legend in my opinion. And I really like this one. I like all the AT details with the sticker in the window and the hi-fi system and all that. It's really cool. I really like it. So in the next video, I will hopefully start it up. I will also try to fix the suspension just to rise it up a little bit. I'm not going to fix everything. I just want it to work so I can move the car in and out. That would be really nice. And then I would have to figure out what to do with it, if I'm going to fix it now or later. I think it will be behind all the other projects for a while. I would like to fix the commander and all that. And as mentioned, I got 3 more projects coming in. So I think it's about time to maybe slow down on the buying things part of it and start fixing some stuff. But anyway, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.